What's up, YouTube? My name is Ty, financial professional. Welcome to my channel. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is TSLA, Tesla. This finishes at $123 today, and in the past year, the stock is down 70%.
And it's gone.
So we last analyzed the stock about 2 months ago during earnings. The earnings were not that good. The stock tanked, and in the time since then, a lot of other drama has happened. The Twitter deal went through, so Musk is now the CEO of Twitter, along with Tesla. A lot of Tesla apes do not like that, because he is diverting his time away from Tesla. Elon Musk dumped a massive amount of shares on the open market in the past week. Tesla announced a hiring freeze and layoffs coming, and we are getting some breaking news here. The Shanghai factory will shut down temporarily for 1 week. In addition to that, we do have a few price adjustments here. Wedbush adjusts to 175, Canaccord 275, Morgan Stanley 330, Deutsche 270, Evercore 200, Daiwa 177, and Mizuho 285. So it does appear like all of these institutions are still bullish, but they have lowered their price targets and probably trimmed some of their positions. So yeah, it's been really rough for Tesla this past week, the past few months, and in the past year. The whole market and tech in general has been pretty bad, but Tesla especially. But at this point, it can only get so much worse, and the chart is starting to look very bullish, which we'll get to in a second here. This was number 1 on StockTwits today, had over 10,000 mentions, so once again, we're going to analyze it. Alright, let's jump right in, let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, we have a cup and handle in the making. Can't really say where the bottom of the cup is because this is still selling off, but 121 may be the bottom, and there can be multiple possible tops. Can be 137, 149, 161, 176, 182, or 198. And longer term, this is part of an even bigger cup and handle where this should eventually come back up to the high of 415. But those are all bullish indicators that is telling us that the stock should come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. The RSI, the Relative Strength Index, is currently at 20. So that is extremely oversold, extremely undervalued. So the RSI is currently a bullish indicator that is telling us that the current price of 123 should be a lot higher. And then we have a gap down back at 263. So that's a bullish indicator that is telling us that the stock should come back up to 263 to fill this gap. And now for the bearish stuff, we also have a gap up way back at $82 from over 2 years ago. So it looked very unlikely that this gap would ever fill, especially when the stock was at $400, but now it does look realistic. So that's a bearish indicator that is telling us that the stock might come back down to $82 to fill this gap. Here we have a descending channel forming, where the upper channel is currently at 142, and the lower channel is at 128. So if this breaks 142 to the upside, that'd be bullish, and if this breaks 128 to the downside, that would be bearish. This did in fact break 128 to the downside, so the descending channel is currently a bearish indicator that is telling us that the stock may sell off even more. The MACD, the moving average convergence divergence, has crossed the signal line to the downside and is pulling away. So that's a bearish indicator that is telling us that it may be time to sell. In the aftermarket here, this is pulling back down to 122, so if this aftermarket action holds, that would be a bearish indicator for Tuesday. That is suggesting that Tuesday the stock will sell off as well. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is sitting on the support of 123. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 128, 136, 137, 142, 146, 149, 154, 157, 159, 161, 168, 172, 174, 177, 180, 183, 186, 188, 191, 193, 198, 201, 205, 207, 209, 211, 213, 215, 218, 221, 223, 225, 227, 229, 231, 233, 234, 237, 238, 240, 243, 245, 247, and then 250. There is resistance above 250, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 117, 111, 103, 97, 94, 91, 83, and then 67. There is support below 67, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now with the current price, 123, the channels to the upside and the downside are very wide, so expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 205 to the upside, the channel starts to narrow, so expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this breaks 205 to the upside. And this did 167 million in volume today, way above the average of 80 million, so the sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. Okay guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. So yes, it's been a really rough year for this stock. A lot of drama going on, but it is Tesla. This is a very legit company. It is not a meme stock. The stock and the company will have its day again. You got to think of this in the long term. And from a long-term perspective, This is a really excellent price. So once again, we have 3 bullish indicators and 4 bearish indicators, but it appears like the bullish indicators are very strong. This may not be done selling off just yet, but sooner or later, this will have to bottom out, catch support, and is due for a massive reversal. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, the current entry of 123 is an excellent entry. You really can't go too wrong here. Down 70% from the all-time high, oversold, undervalued. Yeah, the chart looks extremely bullish. Again, this should eventually come back up to 263 to fill the gap there. And from the current price of 123, that would be about a 115% upside potential. So massive upside potential here. And it's pretty difficult to tell how low this may pull back, but we are getting critical support at $111 and $91. And of course, again, we have the gap up at $82. But let's just say $91, the second critical support is the potential low here. So from the current price of 123 down to $91, that would be about a 25% downside potential. So I would say going along at the current price, 123 would be a medium risk, very high reward play. Definitely worth a shot in my opinion. You really can't go too wrong here. This will pay off very big in the long term. So I can't support going along at the current price, 123. And if it pulls back, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Excellent buying opportunity. As a wise man once said, buy the effing dip. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. There still is a decent amount of downside potential, but at this point, you already missed so much downside. For all the same reasons that going long is a good play right now, going short is a pretty bad play, especially because of the RSI. Again, this is very oversold, very undervalued right now. So again, this may come back up to 263 to fill the gap there, which would be a 115% upside potential. And again, this may pull back down to 91, where the critical support is, which would be a 25% downside potential. So I would say going short at the current price, 123, would be a very high risk, medium reward play. Definitely not worth it in my opinion. So again, there is still a decent amount of downside potential, but the reward does not outweigh the risk here. So if you want to go short, please do that at your own risk, but I really don't see why you would do that at this point. Okay, so in summary guys, it has been a total disaster for this stock in the past year. It's not over yet. Probably a little bit more downside to go, but you guys have to have a long-term perspective about this stock. It's not going anywhere. It's a very good company. It will have its day again. So the current price of 123, I think, is an excellent price. I can't support buying here and averaging down if it pulls back more. And going short here could pay off, but way too risky in my opinion. So if you want to go short, please do that at your own risk, but you're probably better off just looking elsewhere for a short play. So sorry to everyone who lost money in stock today and in the past year, but this seems like a good buying opportunity. Not financial advice, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is TSLA, Tesla. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please, like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys on Tuesday. Have a great weekend everybody, and Merry Christmas. Peace out.